Hey guys, and welcome to the latest episode of Cultured Boys, a show where two guys just want to have a chat. As always, I'm joined by Pepe. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Living life, doing stuff.
God, I could just feel the amount of effort you had to put in there to not say something cringy.
I'm trying.
You're like back to conscious effort.
I didn't think of anything before we started recording on this one. So, yeah, that was like a real effort to be not cringy. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Fair dues, fair dues.
What are we doing today, then, mate?
So, today I thought we would do random series of hypothetical questions. Would you rathers? What would you prefer? If you could, whatever, what would it be? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, those kind of questions, regardless of who you talk to, always has some sort of interesting answer, because you think you know a person and then they'll tell you something and you're like, wow, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, 100%. It's always good to discuss these sort of things. I remember back in the day, we always used to ask these questions, and then it caused about a 30-minute discussion on just one question. So
yeah,
me and Nathan have both prepared a few random questions that we can talk about. Might not get through them all, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So do you want to kick it off with a question?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. I'll keep it something that's in line with the Cultured Boys theme that we've been going for the past few weeks. So my first would you rather question is: would you rather be a regular guy in the Dragon Ball universe, like just a regular human being, or be a Pokemon trainer in the Pokemon world, but you can only catch Rattatas?
Oh, okay. See, funny enough, that's along the same lines of my first question.
Oh yeah.
My first question was going to be, if you could exist in an anime/game world, what would you choose?
Okay, interesting.
See, I think in that situation, I would just be a regular human in the Dragon Ball universe.
Okay.
Because all you've said is I'm just a regular person. Doesn't mean I can't go off and learn martial arts. Doesn't mean I can't happen to stumble across one of the characters and be like, oh, will you train me? I can't. Besides that one stipulation, there's nothing to say I couldn't make a trek to Tien's dojo and learn from Tien. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So I could still do something cool in that universe. But on the other hand, being a Pokemon trainer, but all I can catch is Rattatas, I ain't trying to be Joey. I ain't trying to be youngster Joey out here with the top percentile Rattata. Nah, ain't about that life.
That's fair. I think for me, I'd rather be a Pokemon trainer that can only catch Rattatas, because at least then I can kind of I'll be in a Pokemon universe where I can see these Pokemon doing shit. They'll be doing their bits or whatever, and I can see these Pokemon in the wild. And I'm like, oh, look at that, that's cool. I can train the Rattatas as well. They can evolve into Rattatas. Although, yeah, granted, Rattatas are far from my favorite Pokemon.
Hey man, you can have two different ones. You know what I mean? Well, technically 4 different ones if you're lucky. You can get a regular Rattata, you could get an Alolan one, and then you could get a shiny normal one and a shiny Alolan one.
I don't even know what the shiny Alolan one looks like.
I don't know.
I think
probably green.
the regular one is sort of like a greeny goldy, I think, color for a shiny regular Rattata. But I mean, they're still there. They're I can still see the Pokemon that I love that's in the wild. I won't be able to catch them, but I can see them. But the thing is, the thing about the Dragon Ball universe is that I feel more at risk in the Dragon Ball universe if I was a regular person.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Because think about it, how many times has the world been under threat in the Dragon Ball universe? You had King Piccolo trying to take over shit. You've had Cell walking around absorbing people. You've had Saiyans blowing up shit. You've had Boo destroyed the whole universe. He ate people. There's this pink blob flying around eating people. And as a regular human in that universe, I'd be like, fuck. I'm dying.
These things are true.
However, in the Dragon Ball universe, there are different bits of you have the flying cars and stuff as well.
Yeah, you got all the capsule tech. You got dinosaurs. You got a beast men and a dog king.
There's certain bits in the Dragon Ball universe I like. It's still cool to have, but I don't know. I still feel I'd rather be a Pokemon trainer. I think at least I can try and I won't be the best trainer, far from it. But I don't know, at least I can exist in that world and have a look. Like I don't know.
See, the thing is both sides is you're so close and yet so far, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, you're in a Dragon Ball universe, but you're still just a regular person. You could learn Ki, you know, and you could get to Krillin level maybe if you put in the effort.
If you really put in the effort, yeah.
Yeah, like, or but it's the same in the Pokemon universe. Like, yeah, you know, you're close to all these Pokemon you love. You're close to all these other trainers, but all you can catch is Rattatas. You know what I mean? You're like, you're so close yet so far.
Yeah, it's a normal type of thing as well. It's not even like a Pidgey or anything. It's like where you can that's like a flying Pokemon that could be useful like to go fly and do stuff. But like it's a Rattata.
Yeah, I know.
like you can probably learn Cut, and that's probably about
I
it.
mean, well, what's a Rattata's best move? Probably something like Hyperfang, yeah.
Hyperfang, yeah, that's like doesn't that take out like half the Pokemon's health regardless of what it is or something? Or was that Super Fang? It was like
I think it's something like that. But yeah, Hyperfang is probably his best move.
yeah, that's fair. Like yeah, I'd still stick with my Pokemon ones. I think I'd go for Pokemon Trainer.
I'd still go into the Dragon Ball universe, despite all of the dangers.
Hmm.
And you know, you also haven't said that I don't have my current knowledge of the Dragon Ball universe when I plop in there.
Yeah.
So, assuming I have all the knowledge of Dragon Ball that I do now, and then I just appear as a human in that universe, your boy could go looking for Dragon Balls,
Yeah.
and then I could be anything. That's all I'm saying.
Jeez. That's like that is a lot of effort to do as well. Look for the Dragon Balls. I mean if Bulma can do it, then like
That's what the whole premise of the whole series is, just going to look for Dragon Balls and fighting. So, you know,
yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
you could escalate, you know.
Yeah.
You look for the Earth Dragon Balls, and you somehow get yourself the Namek, and you get the Namek ones, and then you somehow get, you know, the Planet Cereal ones that Granola used,
Yeah.
and then you somehow get to Super Dragon Balls, and then you're like a god.
So like, okay, so you're going in the premise you can work your way up, like with the Dragon Ball stuff. So like
Well, I mean, it's the Dragon Ball universe, you know, like as long as it's within the dragon's power, I could escalate infinitely until I get to the Super Dragon Balls that can do almost anything.
I guess it is. I think when you look for those Dragon Balls on the Earth, though, like you gotta be competing with other people looking for them as well. That's the thing with it.
Oh yeah, for sure, but that's also where, you know, maybe you do a bit of training first, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You make use of the resources around you,
Hmm.
because that is a world filled with seemingly infinite resources, because you can get capsules and stuff, and you know, you've got all these humans that are actually competent in martial arts.
Hmm.
And if you can convince one of them, I mean, hell, TN's got a dojo, so
Yeah.
you can just enroll there if you prove yourself, probably.
Hmm.
I'm sure Yamcha's got fuck all going on, so he could probably take on a disciple.
Got a baseball career, Nathan. He doesn't have time to.
Oh, whatever. He's essentially a superhuman playing against regular people. You
Yeah.
think he hasn't got plenty of time to take on a disciple on the side? Hell, you can go look for Roshi if you want.
Oh no, he's pretty dedicated to that baseball. That's all I'm saying.
You sure, whatever. But yeah, I'd still easily choose Dragon Ball Universe, but I don't think you ever doubted me on that.
No, I didn't. I think going into this question, I was thinking he's probably going to choose this regardless. He'll find a way to like go for that. Yeah,
Trust me, I'll fit in there. I'll figure it out.
I think it's one of those ones as well. Like I'd definitely much rather be a regular human in the Dragon Ball universe rather than the One Piece universe, for example.
Oh yeah, because Devil Fruits is like way more random.
Yeah,
And that is essentially like, it feels like the My Hero universe as well. Like, you know, like I don't want to be like a quirkless person
yeah.
in that universe, because it's just like there's superhumans all over the place, and you're in the like small percentage of people that can't do anything.
It's like, yeah, it just feels a bit crappy like that. I think no, with like One Piece as well. Like there's so many like One Piece is a world where like pirates are like everywhere. And like even if you're a regular person like living in a village, like living your life, I don't know, like a baker or something, or like doing whatever, like pirates are gonna come to that island and they're gonna fuck you, they're gonna fuck shit up. Like 90% of the time. There's no one, like none of the pirates are like good pirates, apart from like maybe the 10% that are actually quite chill.
Yeah, but then like if you think about it, even the good pirates end up coming in contact with the bad pirates, probably in your town,
Yeah.
and then shit gets destroyed anyway.
Yeah.
So even though there's a good versus evil, your shop's still fucked,
Yeah. Just
or your business, or your whatever you do is still fucked in the end.
people getting killed around you. Like it's just like
Yeah.
God.
Wow, who would have guessed the One Piece universe is probably one of the worst ones to exist in because just rampant corruption and villainy.
Oh, 100%. Like on both sides as well, because like both the pirate side and the world government side are fucked. Because like think about it, like the world government, like a slash navy, they're there to like protect people from the pirates.
But there's also corrupt like Marines.
Like 70% of the Marines are corrupt, man. They're like fucking evil bastards.
Yeah, but the worst thing is also they're like controlled or listen directly to like the Celestials and shit, right?
Yeah.
So like this even higher class of people that are royalty. Like what a nightmare of a universe.
Like to be a regular person anyway. Like if you had like the devil fruit, I think you could be alright.
Wait. This is like a superpower thing though. Like yes, okay, with the devil fruit,
Yeah.
but it depends on the devil fruit.
Very true, yeah. It's like the whole like my hero thing as well, isn't it? Like
Exactly. It's like, oh
you want to have a good devil fruit.
yeah, you want to have a good power. Like, okay, yeah, Brooke can't die, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, that's it.
Mm.
Unless you're like Brooke and you learnt some sort of swordsmanship or something, right? Or some other skill, you're useless.
Yeah. It's like he's what do you call it? Like it's very circumstantial, his one as well. Like his one like worked for him because obviously he got like fucking lost in the fog for ages and like he was able to come back to life after his crew died and he was able to live it. Well, he's potentially going to be able to deliver that message back to Laboon eventually. You'd hope so anyway. Fucking hell, it would be horrible if not. But like in any other circumstance, it'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. But then like I can come back to life again. And then like, oh no, there's not much benefit after that. You're like, oh shit, it's like being resurrected. It's like a one up basically.
Pretty much. Well, I mean, the only other one I can think is worse as a regular human to have consumed is Chopper's fruit, the human fruit, because
Oh fuck, that's even more circumstantial. Fucking hell.
because if you was a regular person, you ate this fruit and then you just nothing happened because you're already human. You're like, well then,
Does that mean you double the amount of human? What happened?
yeah, I mean, yeah, like what happens then? Does anything happen, or do you become like less anime looking? I don't know.
God damn, man. No, I don't even know. That's the toughest question yet. Like, what happens if you're a human that eats the human fruit? Fuck. Okay, well, that's a question that I need to look into more. There's no possible. I can't give any possible answer to that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Oda's probably not thought about that either.
Yeah. God damn. He's probably like. I hope he has answers because like he does like occasional question answers that fans send him and stuff.
Yeah, and we can't be the first people to ever have thought about that.
I feel like it must have been addressed. Yeah, I feel like we got to look in. I want to look into it after I've done this recording because I need to see that. But yeah, go on, mate. I think like we covered a lot of that. But you also said your question though. What was it?
Yeah, if you could exist in any anime or game world, what would it be?
You live in any universe at all in anime. That's a really tough one because obviously like the game worlds are very main character centric.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you have to bear in mind that like we're existing in these worlds as a NPC basically, like basically like the whole Pokemon thing, the whole Dragon Ball thing. And like some of my favorite ones, like Hitman Reborn or whatever. Like you just be like a regular person that it's only specific to that one family that's going on.
Yeah, you might not ever see any of the action. Like that stuff could be happening in the background of your daily life. You wouldn't even know.
Exactly. Like that's a very specific group of people that's happening to. Like even gaming universes, it's quite difficult. God, that's a really
See, for game worlds, I think maybe something like a Dragon Quest could be cool.
Yeah.
Because, that's a world where anyone can still do anything. You just don't happen to be the main character. But you could still go off and learn magic, or if you had the capacity to do so, like you could still be anything. You might not be the main guy, is all, or you might not be in the party, but you could still exist and still have something cool going on. People won't know about it.
Yeah, that's true.
I think fantasy games is something maybe that's a bit easier, like it's an easier choice to pick for me personally.
100%. I feel like it's kind of like a cop out answer, but like I'd actually say the Pokemon universe would be one I'd be really like. I'd actually choose there because like obviously my question is like, oh yeah, you can only train Rattatas.
Yeah, yours had a limitation, whereas this one doesn't. Now you could just be the best Pokemon trainer ever, or you could be Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, I think I'd at least try to be something cool because I don't know. I'd like to even just living with Pokemon sounds like a really cool idea. Just like having like a random like Pseudo-Woodo just with me. like just like chilling, doing his thing.
Of course, that's the one you would pick.
I think so. It's either gonna be that or Wobbuffet, but I think Wobbuffet would be more annoying. Like
Well, yeah,
it's cool after a while, but like
it's just gonna be this derpy thing like next to you constantly, "Wah, bah, bah," and you're like, "Oh, go away."
it's like I think the pseudo would be cool. Like he could just like chill there doing his thing.
I think the only other kind of game universe or world I would like to exist in is maybe something like a Need for Speed, because again, I might not be the main character or whatever, but I could still be one of the street racers. And in a world where that's more prevalent, even if it is in the premise of the game like illegal, I'm like, I could still partake.
Yeah, it's true. Like you get the opportunity to do that sort of thing. Like obviously those opportunities don't happen as well. I mean, they do happen, like not to the extent of Need for Speed, but they do have like those things do happen in the UK. Just a bit more like I don't know, like a bit maybe a bit more dodgy.
You know, I ain't about that life in real life, but you know, in a game universe, whatever. I mean, I'm
If you have access to that sort of like the money that they give you in Need for Speed, like
it's just because you know you randomly have access to cars and money and whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's an interesting kind of like dynamic world in a way. I kind of also want to pick Monster Hunter because like I don't necessarily have to be a hunter. I could have been like the blacksmith or you know the merchant, but at the same time, if you are the hunter, it's not all bad either because you never actually die. You just like faint. So there's nothing to say I couldn't be just like the most average hunter ever. Like you know I've got a success rate of like 30%. So I you know I'm not the most dependable hunter, but at the same time I don't take full damage. I can take all sorts of pain and suffering that should have killed me, but for whatever reason I don't die, and then I just go off and do the hunt again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's like an activity rather than like I don't know. It doesn't seem too consequential. Like if you did like okay, yeah, that's fair. I get that. I was trying to think of like if there's any other like universe out there. I was thinking about the JoJo universe, and then like, but I realized that like even if you have a stat.
I thought about that too, but you might not be a stand user. Also, you might be one of those bystanders that gets in the way and dies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's so many of them. And like, even if you were a stand user, you're probably gonna die anyway because half the characters in JoJo just fucking get killed.
Yeah, true.
Like even if you're a stand user, you just gonna fucking die anyway. So
Also, you might have a useless stand.
yeah, exactly. Like
You might have one of those super weakling ones that's like, oh, they can leave my side like infinitely because they have no power. They can't do anything.
yeah. Yeah, I'd say I still think Pokemon would probably be the one if I could choose.
Yeah, Pokemon's a pretty solid one too.
Yeah, it's like there's a bit more like opportunity there. Like I'll probably end up catching. And like Sudowoodo is like the thing where I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be cool if I could have one. But like realistically, like I don't know. I feel like I'd probably be that guy that just ends up catching like I don't know. So maybe something a bit more shitter. Like in reality, it's probably gonna be like a Pidgey.
Oh, do you know what? I was just looking around my room. I kind of want to exist in the Splatoon universe, you know? That seems pretty chill.
That'd be mad. Like
You know, you're putting down some paint, you compete, but it's also like, hey, there's like cool modern cities. There's like a whole like sort of humanish culture there. You know what I mean? I'm like, that seems like a pretty chill universe.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, like oh, music's good there. You know that for sure.
Yeah, innit?
Yeah, like it's like sort of like it's an arena thing as well, isn't it? Like, so like it's quite a happy-go-lucky. Like I just throw some paint. It's like paintballing, just better. Probably less pain.
Yeah, except like that's what everyone does. You know what I mean? Like it's probably less painful, like you said, but it's just pretty much every day. You're like, oh, I gotta hit my quota or something. You know, I'm like, oh, maybe do like 1 or 2 paintball games a day.
Yeah.
But then you get to hang out in this cool universe. You get to just like make yourself up. You know, get a glow up, change your outfit,
That's true.
listen to some banging music, and then you just exist in this cool world. Like, are you a squid or a kid?
Yeah, I think that's a cool one to do. Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right, Pepe, hit me with that second question. Go on, do it.
Okay, from here on it's a bit more random, like the ones I have. So, would you rather have £1 million, but one day? Oh, let me read this. Hold on, scratch this. So basically, you get £1 million right now, but one day every year of your life is controlled by a Twitch stream audience, and you don't know what day. You don't know what day. You know, like Twitch plays Pokemon.
Oh,
It's like that sort of vibe. Or you don't get £1 million, but you can dictate when to have your life controlled by the Twitch stream audience.
Interesting. Okay. I would go for the second option because I have some semblance of control,
Hmm.
which means, yeah, okay, it's not the £1,000,000, but with £1,000 for every hour I do it, I could just choose to let them control my life for an hour or two here and there,
Hmm.
and I would constantly be set for money anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas the £1,000,000 is the one-off payment, right? That's it.
Yeah.
And this happens, you have no control for the rest of your life. Something could happen, and I could waste that million, or the Twitch chat could make me waste the million immediately.
Yeah.
At least with the second option, I could potentially make the million over time.
Yeah.
But again, because it's £1,000 per hour I do it, like that's a lot of money regardless. Like you do it for 1 hour. That could be me sorted for like a week.
Yeah. It's true.
So second option is the easiest.
Like I'm inclined to agree with you. Like I think like I would like a different reason about it. Like I'd go for that second option just because I'd actually never use it at all. Because I'd like rather have be in control of my life completely. And like if anyone took control of my life, like that is them, like I have no control of what they do. They could go out and like make me kill someone because internet's fucked. And, like I'm just like,
These things are true.
and like that's the 1 hour, even though the 1 hour time is up, and like, I just come back and I'm like, oh fuck, this has happened. Or like they might choose like just to destroy my room. Everything that I had in my room is just gone. I'm like, fuck. Like I've got £1,000, but like, is it worth it? That's more I'm concerned. I think the only other option, the only thing that makes the £1 million like sort of redeemable is that like obviously I have that £1 million in the store, but and like basically I have like someone that I trust that they like the Twitch streamer know about it basically because obviously you have that one day out of the 360 something days in a year that you have, and like within those other like out of that one day you can do anything else with yourself like for the rest of that year, and if you prepare enough like and like have that money stored away somewhere that the Twitch audience can like no way find out about it unless they tried really really hard to try and track it down.
I don't know, like you said, man, the internet's fucked.
In there's fun. That's the thing. It's scary. The other option is as well. I said it's controlled by a Twitch stream audience. Doesn't necessarily mean how big that audience is.
These things are true, but that's also partly why I thought the second option, because you said Twitch stream chat, I also assumed that there's the same sort of what's it, like rules or whatever, rules of engagement or whatever, like a Twitch stream has, like you can't say certain things and you can't whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was assuming that as well. And that's why I feel like the £1,000 could still be pretty good, because if there are those rules, well, then what you said about like, oh, them telling you to kill someone, well, might not happen, would it? Depending on how someone words it.
Yeah, it's true.
Or how well it comes, like detection or whatever. Again, we're making a few assumptions because it's like, even though you've applied a certain set of rules, it's not like hard concrete rules, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a loose question right now. There's like no like ins and outs of it. Like there's no other set rules for it from this question.
I don't know. I'm also assuming, that this chat is just a fairly standard, like mischievous chat. So it's probably just gonna be a lot of like, walk around outside and like, in just your underpants or whatever.
But yeah,
Or like just really stupid things like, haha, I dare you to drink that really old bottle of water and put stuff in it and drink that too. Do you know what I mean? Like really like childish things that'll probably make me throw up and I might die from it, because fuck knows what is actually in those things. But with the £1,000, I might be able to pay for a cure.
yeah, you never know. Like it's scary, like the possibilities of the internet. Like what could happen there? Like, cause like it's as you said, like Twitch has those like rules in motion as well, where like if you like considering this is streamed as well, like your whole life this is gonna be streamed to people. So
We didn't actually mention, but you can have moderators as well. So you could have friends.
that's a very good point. Yeah,
So certain things could get through. You could still game the system a little bit.
yeah.
If a moderator completely removes a thing, then you didn't see it, did you? So you don't have to do it.
I feel like if it's like Twitch plays Pokemon sort of thing though, like considering like if you press the up button, like that's an input basically.
Yeah, in that sense, then yeah, okay, that's different. But if it is just like a chat of people typing stuff in, like, oh, do that, but then you've got friends as your moderators, then
I think like is there possible like I'm not too clued up on Twitch in general, like, because I'm not massively on that platform. But like, is there like certain rules you could, like, words you can ban from Twitch chat as well?
Think so.
Yeah, so that's another thing you can do. Like, like, if you ban the word kill or murder, like, if you get those words you definitely don't want to happen, or anything that can be associated with that word.
It's exactly what you said for the first option. Like, if you prepare yourself enough, and because in the second option you can control when it happens, like, I don't see why you couldn't just be like, I'm not going to use this for like 6 months. I'm going to do all the research I need to do
Yeah.
about a Twitch chat, and I'm going to put all the things in place to stop certain things. I'm like, well, then it's an easy grand, isn't it?
And plus, if you did like a 24-hour stream, which is going to be absolutely brutal on you, because obviously you, like, no one's going to command you to sleep either. That's another thing. That's like,
Well, you get the odd nice person, like, but for that one nice person, fuck knows how many dickheads there are. I don't know.
I think you have to bear in mind as well. I was thinking, oh yeah, you never know how big this audience is going to be. Bear in mind, this is probably like, I'm imagining this is the only content that's going to be on that platform. Like, you're exclusively doing this. Like, no other person is doing this right now. You're the only one that's doing it.
The thing is, I'd imagine after a while it'd become huge anyway, because if it's like, oh, this guy will do pretty much anything you'll say, because like, people always exaggerate things, so it's not going to be like, oh yeah, there's some rules, so you can't tell him to whatever. They'll normally be like, oh, you tell him to do it, and he'll do it.
It's the same way that Twitch plays Pokemon, like, just got massive back in the day. Like, you just found out, oh yeah, you can control this Pokemon game, but everyone has like a say in it or whatever. But then it's absolutely mental.
And the fact that you could randomly decide to do it whenever, like, it's almost like a weird like game in itself.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's gonna attract people to the stream.
Exactly. Internet loves that stuff.
But yeah, I definitely like, you're right. Like, with the second option as well. Like, if you prepare enough, like, and if you do enough things, like, plus you're limited to the million as well with that first option, and it only happens once a year. Like, it's a million goes pretty quickly as well.
The second option, you have the potential until you die to just make infinite amounts of money. You could easily make more than 1 million
Yeah.
if you were crazy enough to just do it constantly. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I would probably only do it when I felt like I really needed the boost. Like, oh, I randomly need a bunch of money, like right now. Whenever you get the money, like, I know I need this in advance. I'm just gonna do this now.
I get that. Yeah, I think, yeah, second option for sure. Go on, Nathan. You can go for your question. Go on, chuck one in.
Okay, my second question is: if you could be any mythical creature, what would it be?
Okay. Ooh, mythical creature. That's a
Absolutely any of them, from whatever, like anything, any mythical creature at all.
Does this like include like magic, for say? If I like, not like, this is just an option. Like, if I wanted to become a wizard isn't necessarily a mythical creature, is it? That's just like a
No, it's not.
nah. Okay, cool. We're talking like centaurs and like,
So, like, yeah, I want to be a minotaur, or yeah, like a werewolf or something. Like, oh, I want to be a fucking vampire, but like specifically from this region or whatever. Like this type of.
yeah,
Because, there's all the standards, and my answer is pretty bog standard, but there is a lot of options out there.
yeah. Mythical creature. God, okay. Like, I've never really thought of like what creature I'd want to be in general.
See, even normal animal, I'm like, I'd probably be a chimp.
Yeah, chimps are like, well, that's the most human in it, and like, I don't know.
They just, even in the zoo, they get to have fun. You know what I mean? Also, I'm already like a monkey brain anyway, so a chimp wouldn't be too different from what I already am.
God, I'm really like struggling with this. Hold on, let me have a think about this.
Okay, well, whilst you're doing that, I'll throw out my answer.
Yeah, go for it.
I'd be a Chinese dragon.
I knew you were gonna say this. I like, as soon as you said, like, yeah,
It's easy. They look cool, they fly around. They're like a big old snake thing. And you get to be a dragon.
yeah,
Like, that's cool, you fly around, breathe fire. Done.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like the one that's gone through my mind right now that I think would be quite cool is like a kraken.
Yeah, I could see you being a kraken.
Like, they're like a big like undersea monster thing, like at the depths of the ocean as well. Like, that's the thing, like that massive creature that's like killing that. Well, not necessarily that I enjoy the fact of like killing sailors. That's a bit strange.
I mean, you wouldn't know the difference though.
Yeah,
If you was just like a mythical creature, you're just defending yourself or protecting your territory or whatever.
exactly.
Or you're one of those krakens that have been captured by some sort of civilization in the movies. They're like, release the kraken, and then you come out,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like big guy.
and then you come out like cultured boy.
I don't know, like that's one option, but like I feel like there's downsides to being a kraken as well. Like with the Chinese dragon, I feel like there's like few more opportunities of that. Like you can probably like, I don't know, this is a flying through the sky thing, whereas I'm limited to the ocean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I just sort of exist and I'm kind of revered.
Yeah.
You know, like people are like, oh, look at, oh, it's a dragon. That's wicked. I'm a zodiac as well. You know, like a kraken is typically though people gonna hunt you down. They want that trophy.
Yeah. I like a phoenix.
Yeah, phoenix would be sick.
Phoenix is cool. Yeah, that's like one option. Like, I'm still running through the options that was going through my mind. Like I was like, centaur would be cool. Like that's a horseman.
True.
Like that's the one that like pops into my mind first. Like when I thought of mythical creatures. But like, no, it's not the coolest mythical creature though, is it? Like centaur's like it's alright.
Yeah, it's not a high tier one, but like,
Nah, it's better. It's better than the seas. I think it's like a standard mid tier mythical creature.
here's the question though.
Yeah.
Do you count urban legends as mythical creatures?
Well, I wouldn't really. I think urban legends are like sort of like rumors.
Yeah, but like, because they might not exist, but a Chinese dragon might not exist.
Yeah.
That could have been an urban legend at the time.
So like urban legend in kind of sense is like sort of like
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. That'd be cool.
Do you know what I mean? Like, does that count?
Um,
Because that's like a modern day mythical creature. We just don't call it mythical.
I'd say Bigfoot counts. I was thinking like when you said like urban legends, I was thinking like sort of was it like like you say like Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror and then she appears behind you, that kind of.
Oh no, I meant like Bigfoot or Mothman or whatever.
Godzilla would be cool. Does Godzilla count as a mythical creature? I feel like it's like a concept rather than a mythical creature.
I don't count Godzilla as a mythical creature.
Nah, I wouldn't either. That's like
Much like I wouldn't count King Kong or any of the kaiju.
yeah, they're like sort of like it's just fictional characters, aren't they? Yeah.
I guess because they are in movies and stuff, so I'm like, meh.
Yeah, it's not it's not a mythical creature, it's just like fiction. That's all that is.
I guess the word in itself, mythical, implies some sort of fantasy element.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'd rather be a phoenix than a kraken.
Yeah, Phoenix would be a cooler choice because you'll always come back as well. You'll resurrect infinitely.
Yeah. And like I might not always look the same either.
True.
I might like change up something.
You might change colors.
Yeah. No, I never really thought about it before. Never thought about mythical creatures that much. I feel like I'll probably think of something later and I'll be like, no, I'd rather be that.
See, I didn't actually do much research into what people classify as a mythical creature either. I just already knew I was going to pick an Asian dragon.
I mean, like, there's also like in Fire Emblem, for example, there's like these different there's these beings and like they're like half animal, half human. And like there's different like hybrids of them. There's like swan ones, there's like ravens, there's that sort of thing. Like I wouldn't necessarily class them as mythical beings because obviously they're from fiction.
Also, I'd classify those as like beast people.
Beast people, yeah, that's the best way to put it. Like beast people, I think it had to be a very specific beast person for me to be like, yeah, I'd love that power. But like the beast powers never really like appealed to me that much. Like, I don't know.
I think it depends. It's cool but again, it's one of those like, are you just a duck or like a mallard,
Yeah,
like a normal ass pond duck, or are you like a tiger? Or are you something aggressive, or are you like, oh, I'm an ant?
Yeah.
What a singular ant by itself, besides the strength to carry more than its body weight, is not very impressive.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, unless you was in a colony of ant people, okay, that's different. Then you're dangerous. But like a singular ant person, don't think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Phoenix. Phoenix seems cool. Like, that's like a standard cool power, like to be a Phoenix. Like there's like flames and shit as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Phoenix on that. Like, do you count angels as mythical creatures?
I think some people probably would. I don't.
Yeah.
Mainly because they're like humanoid.
Yeah.
So that to me contradicts the secondary word of creature.
Yeah. Get that.
But then, strangely enough, I would kind of count like devils, but that's, I guess, because they come in more shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Like a devil or a demon could look almost like anything, whereas an angel typically is like a humanoid with wings.
Yeah.
It's a bird that ate the human fruit.
Yeah, I'd be a phoenix. Yeah, I'm gonna say a phoenix because otherwise I'm just gonna think like, oh, this could happen. Does this count as mythical creature? Does this count as mythical creature? What about Swamp Man? Like it's like a swamp creature. That's like a mythical creature, isn't it? I don't want to be Swamp Man though. Swamp Man sucks. Well, it means I have to go live in a swamp. Phoenix is cool. You fly through the skies and shit.
So what we're saying is we both want to be flying creatures. Well then, hit me with that third question, Pepe.
Okay, cool. Here's my third and final question, I'd say. So would you rather you're indestructible, but your bones are made of jelly, and you'll forever be known as Jelly Bones the Mighty? The other option is you're if you are within 10 foot of a pear, you have to like leave the area, you have to vacate the area. If you don't vacate the area, within 5 minutes you die. Yeah, so those are your two options. Like, so you're indestructible, but your bones are made of jelly, and you have to be known as this person called Jelly Bones the Mighty. Or like you live a regular life, apart from you have to like literally stay away 10. You have to stay 10 feet away from pears.
Okay. Somehow I feel like I'm going to become Jelly Bones the Mighty because I don't pay attention to when there's a pair around.
Yeah. Bear in mind, okay, hold on. I'm gonna add a certain rule to that as well, by the way. Like you do like you get like a little timer above your head if a pair's in the vicinity. So you will
Okay, so you're telling me I get some sort of like spider sense, essentially. Like I have a pair sense. Like I just know when a pair is near me.
Yeah. So you're like, shit, is that a pair? Fuck, I gotta leave the area 5 minutes.
But how are you Jelly Bones the Mighty? Because if your bones are jelly, it can't support you. So you're just a massive person on the floor.
Yeah, pretty much. But you're indestructible though. You know, people can throw you in front of cars and you'll be fine.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, how am I mighty then? Because people,
Oh, that's just a name.
like you just said, someone could just pick me up and chuck me in front of a car.
That's your new name. Doesn't necessarily mean the name's true.
Like, I also can't do anything because if my fucking bones are jelly, I can't sit properly because I can't support myself. I can't hold anything because I can't even support myself. Somehow I feel like that is still better though than having to constantly be 10 feet away from a pair, which could be anywhere near me at any point. I might not even be able to sleep because somebody's going to walk past or hang around outside my house or something with a pair. Or my neighbors, like, like what if your neighbor buys a pair and leaves it in their house, but that's not 10 feet away? You can't even be in your own fucking house.
I don't know, like you can probably be in certain parts of your house. You just have to be away from the pair.
I don't know, but like pears are pretty common fruits as well. Like I, I don't know how much I want to be like. I can't do anything I want because I need to be away from that pear for more than 5 minutes, or I'm gonna die, or exist essentially in a vegetative body but fully conscious because my bones are jelly. They both suck, but I guess jelly bones is like a little less sucky.
At least you're indestructible as Jelly Bones the Mighty. Like,
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
but with the pair, you do have 5 minutes to like exit the area as well. You have enough time to be like, oh shit, I need to leave.
What if that person's a dick and decides to follow me, or you in the 5 minutes I walk somewhere else, I leave the area and there's another pair? I'm just constantly moving until there isn't a pair.
I feel like that's not too bad. At least I'm like still conscious and able to like move around.
Yeah, but it's what if you're doing like it doesn't matter. Like if I wanted to and I found out I could troll you for your entire life, I could always stay like 9 feet away from you with a pair, and you would just constantly have to try and get away from me.
Just always on the run because this guy's threatening me with a pair.
And again, just because you move away from me doesn't mean you don't happen to walk near somebody else who's got a pair. You can't even go to the grocery store because there's pears there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you'd have to bring someone with you so that they could get some produce for you so you don't have to go near the pears. Like
I mean 10 feet isn't too far either though. Like that's like
yeah, but again, like even in the grocery store, that's assuming nobody else has picked up a pear.
yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't go to a grocery store in general because there's a risk of me dying if especially since like people are picking up the pears and moving around with them.
That's what I'm saying. But like somehow both suck. Both options suck to me because
Yeah.
one, you can't move, or two, you're always moving because there might be a pair around.
I feel like I'd still go for the pear thing just because 10 feet isn't too bad, and you have 5 minutes to get away from it. I feel like if you exit the area of 10 feet as well, then and someone comes within you 10 feet again, I feel like the timer starts up again. Like it's a constant refresh, but like obviously, yeah.
Even if it's a constant refresh, I'm still have to leave. I still have to leave if I don't want to die.
It's gonna be really awkward for restaurants. Like if there's like some sort of pear dessert that just exists, you're like, fuck's sake, I can't go in there because there's pears here.
That's the thing. Just because the timer resets as well, even whilst you're walking away,
Hmm.
other businesses might have pairs.
Yeah, it's true. Like people might just have pairs in their lunchboxes.
Yeah, you might walk past other people's houses, the lunchboxes, schools. It's still a nightmare. I feel like at some point, if that was my life, I'd be like, I'm just gonna die now because this isn't a life. I'm just constantly running away from a pair. At least with jelly bones, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not moving, but I can still have, I could still live some sort of life.
I don't know. I still feel like I'd go for the 10. I'd go for the 10 feet pair thing, just because I can still escape and I'm able to do other bits. It's just really, really inconvenient.
Yeah, I don't want the inconvenience. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to live a life on the run. It's like that's the worst thing as well. Like you're not even a criminal, but you're constantly on the run.
Yeah.
Like you haven't done anything wrong, but just because of the way your life has worked out, you have to just always be on the run. Like, no, I'm not. That's not what I want.
I think like you could definitely exist in your own home though. Like, for example, like doing this record right now, I have a feeling there's no pairs around me.
Okay, like currently right now, there's no pairs around me in my house. But again, I don't know if there's not pairs in the house next door or the house next to that.
But like, bear in mind, like it is still 10 foot, so you can still stay away from like if you're like, fuck's sake, the person next door has got a pair and they're they're like within 10 foot. It means you just have to move to another room, which is really still inconvenient.
Look, right, that might be okay for you, but I'm not recording on portable equipment.
No, that's a very good point.
Like, I would have to just be like, sorry, Pepe, I gotta go. Pairs.
I've got to go. Why, Dave? Why have you got to go? Pairs. Just the one pairs.
No, I'd like to think it'd be like, like Nick Cage with the bees. I'd just be like, pairs! Pairs!
Oh man, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of not being mobile, not having control of my body, or like my body being made of jelly.
Look, I don't like that either, but I also like being on the run less. So,
That's fair, yeah. Go on. I think we've got time for like one more.
okay, here's the one that sparked this idea because it always sparks a big old argument.
Okay, yeah.
You suddenly become superpowered with whatever ability you want.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use your powers for good or evil?
Yeah, we've definitely had this conversation before. I know where your answer's going. Like, I'd still go for good. Like the easy one for me. I'd go for like I'd use my powers for good, just because like I don't want to be a dick.
I would abuse my power so bad.
Like what? Like okay, hold on. We have to consider what the powers are as well.
Like I said, it can be anything you want. Absolutely anything you want. For example, I wake up. I'm now in control of fire. I can conjure it from my hands. I can conjure it from my body. And I can fucking shoot it out in any direction, any intensity, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm essentially the Human Torch. But unlike the Human Torch, I am not a superhero. I am now causing trouble because
You're just an arsonist, basically. You just become an arsonist.
who's gonna stop me?
No one can really stop you. It's true. But no, I feel like you just gonna be an inconvenience to society. Like everything that you're doing is just like, fuck's sake. Nathan's saying fire to shit again. It's not even like you have a super name or anything.
Do you know what it is, right? It literally will be that situation, where people are like, fuck's sake, I'm locked in here with you. And they're like, no, you're locked in here with me.
Yeah.
You guys are not, oh, there he goes again. It's you're in my world.
But like, what are you doing with your powers that are so evil? What are you doing?
What am I doing? You get in my way, you're getting set on fire, fucker. I'm gonna disintegrate you.
This is it's a horrible concept. Like, fuck, we don't live in this universe because you're like a terrible human being.
Oh yeah, like if I was in One Piece and I had a fucking devil fruit, I'd easily be one of the evil pirates.
Yeah, you'd be like one of the fucking like wanted people who's like going around like,
mate, I would somehow be one of the 4 emperors. I would be on that level. I would have caused so much fucking havoc.
Jesus Christ. Oh, it's so concerning. I'm like deeply concerned by this. I'm glad you don't have these powers, Nathan, because
Yeah, you should be.
it's just like, I'm Nathan's friend, but he's going around killing people. He's robbing banks. And it's
If you're my friend, you're cool.
where does the line stop, Nathan? Like you're like becoming too powerful. What like at what point do you get really annoyed that like someone's ahead of you in the queue like for like a burger or something? You're like, fuck you, I want this. I'm gonna kill you if you don't move.
Who's gonna stop me? You? Where's your powers, bitch?
I probably won't be able to stop you, but I'm really annoyed that you're fucking killing people.
Well, then get your own superpowers.
Will now fight you. We'd have to. It'd be the Naruto
Yeah,
Sasuke.
except who?
You are the chosen one, Nathan.
I hate you, Pepe. I hate you.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's like. I'm just like going on to my situation. Like obviously we talked about yours quite in depth, that what you're willing to do to use your powers for evil. I mean, I'd be like, so kind of like, it depends on what my powers are, though, to be fair. Like, if I'm saving people, like,
It's whatever you want it to be. The one power, any one power you want it to be. So, you know, you can go as stupidly powerful or as mundane as you want.
stupidly mundane. That sounds quite fun. Because then I'm just like, I'm still in the world where like crime is going on, but I won't be able to do that. It's like creating cotton candy from my hand or something, like an endless supply of cotton candy. That'd be a useless.
Oh wow. Wait, what's that? What's that new manga?
Okay, candy flurry.
Yeah, you're from that universe now, are you? You're a candy user.
From that, yeah, I haven't even read that series, but I assume that's what's gonna happen. It's like, I don't know, like
I'm Candy Floss Man.
candy floss. Like, imagine being in a normal world and you're the candy floss man, where you just continuously spout candy floss from yourself. Like the only superpowered person is fucking candy floss man.
In some ways, I would argue you're also quite evil. You might be saving people, but you're probably also in the process giving loads of people diabetes.
Well, like that's the thing. Like, you could also have like a power that like is meant for evil, but you're good. Like the Skittles man. I always turn this like conversation back to the Skittles man. The man that like whatever he touches turns to Skittles. And like what inconvenient life that is. Where like you just want to have a normal life, but like you can't pick up a phone because it turns to Skittles.
You can't touch anything because it turns to Skittles.
Yeah. Like the thing is one thing that always confuses me about the Skittles man in that advert is that like, how has he made it at that age without like killing people? Like, because he said that he can't hold his son because of his powers. How did he have a son to begin with?
Do you know what's more confusing? How was he dressed?
Has someone dressed him? So, like, they must have someone to dress him. Because he can't touch his clothes because they turn fucking Skittles.
But who's willing to get that close to him with the risk that he might accidentally touch them?
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm talking about. A power made for evil. Like, that is definitely a power made for evil. Like, anything you touch turns to Skittles. It's just a fucking stupid power. But at the same time, it's fucking deadly as well.
I mean, essentially, you're just like real life Majin Buu minus the beam.
Yeah. I mean, that's like like, if you don't want to kill people, then like, I don't know. Like, is it like a sort of thing that if you wear a glove, it's fine?
But how would you wear the glove?
Because like, that's a rule that's like works for in some universes. Like, I'll wear this glove and like it nullifies my power.
I mean, okay, I guess in that sense, but like he's a man living in the real world, so how are we making these gloves? Surely he'd have to be at some sort of test facility, and like you would have had to make glove after glove and just have Skittles everywhere because you want ants. That's how you get ants.
Yes. You have to like have yourself in a facility where there's like, I don't know, insect moths or something. Going back to the question of like being like using the powers to I'd use them for good. And I feel like, Nathan, like if you were evil, so like there's gonna be assassins trying to hunt you down eventually. Like there'll be people trying to take you down.
I'm gonna fucking turn around and I'm gonna look them right in the eyes and I'm gonna say, "Oh my, shinderu."
I feel like you need a weakness though. You're too strong right now. I feel like you need so I bring a pear near you.
God damn it.
That's your weakness. But even then, that is a dangerous situation because like even if you had that specific weakness of like being within a pair, I think we should end it there because this is getting like
yeah, I'm gonna put myself on some sort of watch list now.
Yeah, exactly. This is YouTube. This is how we end the channel. That YouTube take our content down because Nathan's going around threatening to kill people with his superpowers.
Look, I don't have superpowers, okay, and superpowers don't exist. It's fine.
Yes. Well, that's the only reason why it's fine because you don't have these powers.
This is why you play video games, right? It's so that you get these tendencies out, so you don't do something stupid in real life.
Okay.
Also, these are hypotheticals, okay?
These are hypotheticals, yes. I do hope that Nathan isn't going to go around killing people.
Well, we'll never know, will we? I'll probably die before superpowers ever becomes real.
And on that note, thank you for watching Cultured Boys, the show where Nathan wanted to kill people and he's too old to get superpowers eventually.
Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, leave us a comment with your answers, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.